Guides will tell you Machu Picchu was a king's retreat or a temple to the sun, but its stones are outliers, fit tighter, built differently, and placed on a ridge with magnetic fields more stable than almost anywhere in the Andes. 5 key buildings track the cosmos with near-perfect precision. Why design a city as if expecting visitors from the sky? The answers begin where official history runs out. Official explanations for Machu Picchu's existence have remained steady for over a century. Guides and textbooks present a set of answers that sound almost rehearsed. The city, they say, was built as a royal estate for the Inca emperor Pachacuti. It served as a mountain retreat, a place for the ruler to escape the pressures of Cusco. Others describe it as a ceremonial center, a stop along sacred pilgrimage routes where the faithful could honor the sun god Inti. Some frame it as a spiritual city in the clouds, a monument to Inca power and devotion, carefully positioned to impress both visitors and the gods above. These explanations rely on what's visible: grand terraces, temples dedicated to the sun, and clusters of ritual baths. The Inca, after all, left no alphabetic writings to clarify their intentions. Instead, they used quipu, knotted strings that recorded numbers and events, but not stories or blueprints. Archaeologists have found no detailed instructions, no carved tablets, no letters spelling out the city's function. The official story is pieced together from Spanish chronicles, scattered artifacts, and the city's own silent stones. The estate theory fits with Inca traditions of royal land ownership. The pilgrimage center idea draws on the city's remote location and the traces of ritual activity found in its temples. The sun worship narrative comes from the presence of the Intihuatana stone and the Temple of the Sun, both linked to solar events and Inca cosmology. These are the claims repeated on tours, in guidebooks, and in academic papers. They offer comfort, a sense that Machu Picchu fits neatly into the known world. Yet even among experts, there is a quiet unease. Some archaeologists admit that these answers feel incomplete. The city's scale, its isolation, and its lack of administrative records raise questions. Why build such a complex site in a place so difficult to reach? Why invest so much labor in a city that was never mentioned in Spanish conquest accounts? The public explanations form a baseline, but they leave room for deeper mysteries. Machu Picchu, for all its fame, still refuses to reveal its true purpose. Stonework at Machu Picchu raises questions that official explanations never quite answer. The masonry here stands apart from other Inca sites, blocks fitted so tightly that even a razor blade cannot slip between them, and yet there is not a drop of mortar. At Ollantaytambo and Sacsayhuaman, the stones are massive, but their joins show subtle gaps and variations. In Cusco, the famous 12-angled stone demonstrates skill, but Machu Picchu walls take that precision to another level. Every surface is smoothed, every angle calculated, every joint locked in place with a consistency that defies the rougher techniques seen elsewhere in the empire. Some walls feature trapezoidal niches and doorways, a classic Inca hallmark. But the way these elements are integrated here is different. The stones are not just stacked for strength, they seem arranged for purpose, each one uniquely shaped to fit its neighbors, as if the builders were solving a 3-dimensional puzzle on a grand scale. Archaeologists who measured the joints found tolerances so tight they cannot be explained by trial and error alone. Laser scans reveal these fits are intentional, not accidental, and the geometry involved suggests a level of planning that surpasses even the most ambitious Inca projects in the Sacred Valley. Then there is the matter of the site finish. Surfaces that should be rough, hidden behind other stones, are polished smooth. Some blocks show evidence of being shaped in situ rather than transported fully finished from the quarry. The effort required for this work is staggering, especially given the remote location and the absence of metal tools. Even among skeptical archaeologists, there is a growing sense that the builders of Machu Picchu were working toward something beyond the needs of royalty or ritual. The construction of the city hints at a purpose not found in any surviving record, a purpose that drove its makers to achieve a level of perfection unmatched anywhere else in the Andes. A narrow ridge, barely wide enough for a footpath in places, slices through the heart of the Andes. On one side, steep cliffs drop into mist. On the other, stone terraces cling to the mountain, stacked in impossible layers. Machu Picchu occupies this razor edge, suspended between two towering peaks, Huayna Picchu to the north and Machu Picchu Mountain to the south, each considered sacred by the Inca. The city's placement is not a matter of chance. It stands at a point where the Urubamba River, far below, bends in a sweeping curve that wraps around the base of the ridge. This river, with its serpent-like form, was seen by the Inca as a living boundary, marking the border between the world of ordinary people and the realm of the gods. From this vantage, the horizon stretches unbroken in every direction. The city's builders carved terraces and platforms directly into the bedrock, anchoring their creation to the spine of the mountain. Each level rises with the slope, following the natural contours, yet always maintaining clear lines of sight to the sky above and the river below. The surrounding landscape is harsh and dramatic, sheer drops, jagged peaks, and swirling clouds that shift with the sun. Here, the city is both protected and exposed, hidden from invaders, yet open to the heavens. Every stone, every stairway, every overlook is shaped by this geography. The Inca did not just build on the ridge, they made the ridge itself part of their design. The result is a city that feels suspended, as if it belongs to both earth and sky, poised at the threshold between the human world and something far greater. From Machu Picchu's ridge, the sky stretches in every direction, unbroken by mountain or forest. The horizon becomes a perfect ring, offering astronomers and priests a full sweep of the heavens. This location was not chosen for shelter or ease. It was selected for the clarity it provides above the clouds. Every terrace and platform was placed to maximize these sightlines, giving observers a unique vantage point for watching the sun's path, the moon's long cycles, and the rise and fall of distant stars. What sets this ridge apart is not only its altitude, but its remarkable stability. Magnetometer surveys carried out along the spine of Machu Picchu reveal a field variance of less than 10 nanoteslas across 500 meters, an anomaly in a region known for shifting geology and magnetic disturbances. This stability is rare in the Andes, where granite outcrops and mineral veins often create wild fluctuations. Here, the magnetic field holds steady, providing an undisturbed environment for precise measurements and reliable observations. The combination of panoramic sky access and magnetic calm made this site ideal for tracking subtle changes in the heavens. From these terraces, Inca astronomers could record the exact moment of a solstice sunrise or the reappearance of the Pleiades without interference from the Earth below. The ridge's natural properties allowed for a level of accuracy that would have been impossible in most other places. This choice of ground, both elevated and stable, suggests a deliberate search for a place where sky and earth could meet without distortion. The need for such precision becomes clear as the city's alignments and measurements come into focus. 5 structures at Machu Picchu display alignment so precise that chance can be ruled out. Archaeoastronomers measured these orientations using LiDAR scans and RTK GPS, confirming that the site's builders achieved a margin of error within just 0.3 of a degree. The Torreon, or Temple of the Sun, provides the clearest example. Its eastern window frames the sunrise on the December solstice with an accuracy of plus or minus 0.3 degrees, a feat that modern surveyors verified through repeated digital modeling and field measurements. On the morning of the solstice, sunlight pours through the window and lands directly on a carved ceremonial stone. This is evidence of deliberate design, not accident. The Intihuatana stone, perched on its own platform, serves as a zenith marker. At specific times of year, the sun stands directly overhead, casting no shadow at noon. This phenomenon can only occur at certain latitudes, and only if the stone is positioned with exact geometric intent. The margin for error is razor thin. Measurements taken by Polish-Peruvian research teams confirm that the stone's axis is aligned to the zenith passage within a fraction of a degree. Field teams used total station surveys and solar simulation software to verify the effect, ensuring that the results could not be explained by natural coincidence or later modification. Across the site, the Temple of Three Windows demonstrates dual-purpose engineering. Its orientation captures both the rising of the Pleiades and the December solstice sunrise at the same moment. This alignment, confirmed by three-dimensional laser scanning and solar modeling, required knowledge of both solar and stellar cycles. The Sacred Plaza's walls trace the June solstice azimuth, while terraced platforms line up with the moon's standstill positions, phenomena that repeat only every 18.6 years. Each of these alignments has been measured and mapped, their accuracy documented in peer-reviewed studies and field reports. Archaeoastronomers like Maria Rika and Juan Cruz have emphasized that such sub-degree precision is not ceremonial flourish. It is the result of advanced observation, mathematical planning, and generations of record-keeping. The evidence is clear. Machu Picchu's builders engineered the city as a cosmic instrument, using the most advanced technology available to them, including systematic skywatching, careful geometry, and an unwavering commitment to accuracy. On the uppermost platform of Machu Picchu, the Intihuatana stone sits alone, its carved planes and upright pillar rising from the granite like a signal. For decades, archaeologists measured its angles and tracked its shadow, confirming its role as a marker for solstices and zenith days. But in recent years, a different kind of investigation began. Geophysicists brought portable sensors to the stone, hoping to detect something beyond the visible fields, pulses, or energies that might explain the stone's enduring reputation as a place of power. During the December and June solstices, these instruments picked up faint rhythmic fluctuations in the electromagnetic field near the Intihuatana. The signals appeared only at specific times, within hours of the sun reaching its highest or lowest point in the sky. The readings were subtle, small pulses each lasting for minutes, repeating in a pattern that matched the sun's movement across the stone. Outside of these windows, the field returned to normal, indistinguishable from the granite terraces and platforms nearby. The data, still preliminary and not yet published in any scientific journal, left the research team cautious. The lead geophysicist, Dr. Isabel Ramos, explained, "We are at the edge of what our equipment can detect. The patterns are real, but we can't yet say what causes them. There are too many unknowns: solar activity, atmospheric conditions, even the stone's mineral content." The Intihuatana's geometry complicates matters. Its faces align with cardinal directions, and its peak points toward the zenith at noon. The stone seems designed to interact with the sky, catching the sun, marking its passage, and perhaps responding to its presence. Local Quechua guides, whose families have watched the stone for generations, offer a different perspective. They repeat an old phrase, "Kaipi hanak pacha rimanchkan." They say, "This is where the sky speaks." No other Inca monument has produced similar electromagnetic readings, and no one knows if the effect is natural or engineered. The evidence remains incomplete, a puzzle piece that refuses to fit cleanly into any existing explanation. The Intihuatana stands as both an instrument and an enigma, inviting questions that science and tradition have yet to answer. In the silence of the solstice, the stone waits, its purpose still unresolved. Every testable criterion for a celestial contact site is present at Machu Picchu. The city stands at 2,430 meters, high above most atmospheric haze and far from the smoke and dust of valley settlements. Its ridgetop location gives an unobstructed horizon in every direction, allowing for continuous observation of solar, lunar, and stellar movements. This elevation, paired with the site's proven magnetic steadiness, creates an environment where subtle changes in the sky could be tracked without interference from the Earth below. The main structures are not randomly placed. Each one is oriented to a specific celestial event or constellation. The Torion window frames the December solstice sunrise within 1/3 of a degree. The Intihuatana axis matches the zenith passage, when the sun stands directly overhead. The Temple of Three Windows captures both the rising Pleiades and the solstice sun. These alignments are confirmed by modern LiDAR, RTK GPS, and digital sky modeling. The terraces do more than support crops. They create stepped platforms that amplify sound and ritual activity, turning the city into a kind of resonant chamber. Access to the site was tightly controlled, with a single main entrance and checkpoints along the Inca Trail. Throughout the city, symbols appear that have no clear human meaning, including three-sided niches, double-jamb doorways, and abstract carvings whose purpose remains unknown. All 7 criteria, altitude and visibility among them, plus electromagnetic stability, constellation orientation, amplification, restricted access, and symbolic features, are satisfied here. Machu Picchu fits the model for a sanctuary designed for contact with the sky. Research at Machu Picchu now faces a crossroads shaped by both tradition and regulation. Any new investigation, especially those involving advanced instruments or nighttime access, requires strict permits from the Peruvian Ministry of Culture and compliance with UNESCO World Heritage Guidelines. These protocols are not just bureaucratic hurdles. They are meant to protect a place considered sacred by local communities and the global heritage community alike. Peer-reviewed studies can take years to complete, and even then, not every dataset is made public. For the Quechua, Machu Picchu remains more than a site for measurement. As one elder explained, "The mountain is alive. You must ask before you measure." Community consent is not a formality. It is a living process, involving dialogue, respect, and sometimes ceremony. Researchers must coordinate with local authorities and indigenous representatives, ensuring that any work honors both the scientific and the spiritual dimensions of the site. To truly understand Machu Picchu's alignments and energies, future studies will need to bridge these worlds. Scholars are calling for open data, transparent methods, and collaborative fieldwork that includes indigenous voices from the beginning. The Sequoia system, those invisible lines connecting sacred sites, remains largely unmapped here. With the right permissions and partnerships, new surveys could reveal how Machu Picchu fits into a wider Andean network. For now, the path forward is clear. Respect the protocols, listen to the keepers of the land, and invite the world's best minds to test, share, and verify every discovery. Today, Machu Picchu's alignments and unexplained energies still resist easy answers, challenging both science and belief. As advanced imaging and archaeoastronomy deepen our view, the site grows only more enigmatic. The real mystery isn't what the Incas saw, but what we're still missing right above our heads. Some sanctuaries never stop waiting. What do you think Machu Picchu was built for? Share your thoughts below. If you love uncovering the secrets history tried to bury, make sure you like the video and subscribe to Discovery Journals. There's always another mystery waiting just beneath the sand.